After $1 billion hailstorm hits an area, your focus should be on running your business, not on insurance claims. We have helped streamline the insurance process for hundreds of roofing contractors across the U.S., and we can do it for yours too. Visit us online at c3adjusters.com and learn how we can help you save time and get claims paid faster.
Good afternoon, everyone. Lead meteorologist John Schulte here for our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast, sponsored by C3 Group and Merlin Law Group. Both of their pages are in the description below here on Facebook. And this is a shout out to hopefully YouTube. I found out yesterday from somebody messaging us on Instagram that our YouTube videos apparently have not been working for the past week. So I think I got everything working again. So hopefully this is streaming on YouTube. There hasn't been no hail, it's just the videos weren't streaming on there, unfortunately. So before we get into everything, we have one more Company Cam Highway to Hail event, and that's on May 3rd. So make sure you go check that out if you haven't registered already. That is going to be our final event for a little while. Hopefully we're going to have quite a bit of storm chasing coming up possibly tomorrow and even on Wednesday. So also our website and our app have been up and running for a little while now. If you need any help, any training, give us a call. We can help get you guys all set up for when that first storm hits your area or that next storm hits your area. You want to be ready to go as quickly as possible. So, all right, cool, on YouTube. Thank you, William Roach. So we had two storms yesterday. We had two 3-star maps in Kansas, Hutchinson, Newton, Russell Springs, Kansas. Up to tennis ball size hail fell there. About 19,000 people were impacted by this one. And I got a couple pictures here scattered about that I found online. Again, there was some hail that got up to tennis ball size, but this was generally between quarter and 2-inch hail from the pictures we have here. And we also had a kind of surprise storm yesterday evening, Gladstone, Liberty, Richmond, Missouri, up to some ping pong ball size hail, about 26,600 homes impacted with that, with some storms here. So this is on the northern suburbs of the Kansas City area. Nice little surprise event for sure. Look at that nice dense little hail. So it looks like we have quite a bit of hail possible going into the next couple days. But that hail yesterday was actually a nice little surprise. I know Kansas City hasn't had a big storm yet, but we have more coming down the road. So this is what we got for the forecast today. Is a kind of weird looking little risk. We have 5% chance for Odessa, probably also for Abilene, Texas, up to tennis ball size hail. Any storms that get going, I think there's going to be a couple pretty nasty storms that form down further to the south, and those could have some big time hail. And it looks like there will be storms in the overnight hours heading into Oklahoma. We'll be watching this very carefully. It could be a pretty late night storms, possibly moving up towards Oklahoma City and all along the I-44 corridor. We're really going to have to kind of wait and see how that pans out and if that actually comes to fruition from what the models are showing. And finally, off to the east, up in northern half of Ohio, we have a 1% chance. You could see a couple storms moving through with, you know, maybe up to quarter, $half size hail for the most part. I think this is a very, very, very low end risk and only 1% chance. That's for Cleveland, for everywhere in that risk. It looks pretty low key. And then today, 2%. Again, that 2% for Oklahoma City, it's more or less just, is this actually going to occur? We could up those chances later if things look better or remove entirely. This risk has been moving around quite a bit the past couple days as it's been a fairly complicated setup. So you can see that future radar here. You see the really big storms forming off in western sections of Texas. Those are going to be pretty gnarly. And then late night here, you see that storm forming pretty much right on the I-44 corridor heading towards Moore and Oklahoma City. This could have some pretty potent hail in it if this actually happens. If that actually happens, it could be some late night storms. We'll be watching this very carefully, of course, but you know, we'll just see. This is kind of a new update here with the models. Where earlier and last night, it showed storms forming in southwestern Oklahoma in the evening hours, and that didn't happen, or it started to fade away. And now this is a new feature coming back in, so we're watching that very carefully. I don't have a lot of confidence in it right now, but that's okay because tomorrow looks like a much better day for hail. We have a preliminary forecast here. You see I got the purple on here from Oklahoma City up to probably just south of Kansas City up to baseball size hail is possible for any storms that can get themselves here. And tomorrow's going to be another complicated day, but it has been trending in a more positive direction, I think, for big time hail. I think things are going to be pushing a little further west right now. Tulsa is the jackpot location. I think it's going to push a little further west and possibly bring Oklahoma City more into play. Dallas, I think you're too far to the south for there to be anything exciting down your way. Tomorrow, this looks like more of a special up towards I-44 in Oklahoma, some storms up by Kansas City, and even as far east as St. Louis and into Illinois. Again, this looks like it'll probably change around a little bit by the time our forecast comes out tomorrow, but it looks like we'll be seeing the potential for a bunch of supercells, possibly also going storm chasing with this as well. So yes, Tulsa, it is possible we could see some big hail tomorrow. Complicated meaning things are going to change, basically. We'll have the risk kind of shift around a little bit. We'll get a better idea of where things are going to form, whether stuff's going to form along this warm front that's going to be up in Illinois and near St. Louis, or if storms are going to form near Kansas City that actually have hail in them and not just a lot of rain, or how far south and west the dry line risk goes for the day tomorrow. So again, a lot of things at play. I try to just keep it a little simple here. And here is the future radar image. I'm going to step completely out of the screen because you see a bunch of activity forming through the afternoon, evening hours going into tomorrow. So even in the morning, that storm is still racing, and then you have a whole bunch of other storms all trying to form all over the place for your day on Tuesday. So it could be a very busy day here for hail trace if this does pan out to be a more proper event going on to the I-35 corridor. And that's not all that we have for this week. No. Tuesday is just the first of what looks to be two pretty active days. You go into Wednesday here, and it's pretty much a carbon copy of tomorrow at a 10% chance of a 3-star map or better up to baseball size hail. High population, obviously, with the I-35 corridor. And then I think it's going to be kind of the same, but even more people at risk for your day on Wednesday. And then Thursday and Friday aren't looking as impressive right now. Look more localized, lower end risks. But Wednesday is the day that we're really looking to see a big area here all the way from Mexico up through the I-35 corridor and into the Great Lakes as well. It looks like we'll have a system here and a warm front, and so you have storms forming along that. So anywhere from Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and even Kansas, all at risk for your day on Wednesday. And that could be anything that has supercells, could have up to baseball size hail. So we'll really be watching this super carefully. Of course, full updates and anything that goes on in this general area, we will go storm chasing with that as well. So possibly all hands on deck for Wednesday, or it may not pan out. You know, that's kind of how the weather rolls, but it's looking a little more interesting for Tuesday and for your Wednesday. So you probably have that intro music play Axel out tomorrow. All right, and then Thursday, things shift a little bit further south and east and way smaller. I only have just northern Louisiana, portions of southern Arkansas, far eastern parts of Texas. That looks like somebody's asking, will Denver get into the mix? We're about to enter May. Colorado, you're going to be jumping into the game as early as next week. Probably not super likely, but May, June, July, that's when you're going to see stuff in Colorado. I know you guys always get kind of impatient when you get towards the end of April, but it's just kind of normal for this time of year. Man, we're getting all kinds of stuff. All right. And then going into your Friday, I have a little area here in western Oklahoma and parts of Texas. I will see if that actually pans out. And then it looks like things are going to reset and reload for next week, where we could see quite a bit of activity as well. It is going into May, where it's typically peak season, and we're looking at more long-range models. Looks like we could have some more interesting activity across their typical peak season. So it looks like we'll have a full forecast for the month of May before the week is up. Obviously, probably won't have it on Wednesday, which is the 1st of May, if there is a lot of activity, and possibly even on Thursday. So by the end of this week, we'll have a full May forecast, and hopefully, and just kind of see how it plays compared to what we said back in January. There will be some adjustments, of course. There was some stuff that didn't happen in April, and we'll address that as well. So make sure you tune into that, and of course, tune in every single day where we will be doing posts here on Facebook or on YouTube or on Periscope. Hopefully they were all working today. Follow us on Facebook if you haven't already. Hit follow, hit see first. That way all of our posts go to the top of your newsfeed, especially live continuing coverage that isn't a normally scheduled video. And finally, you can give us a call, email us, or visit our website at hailtrace.com for any comments, questions, or concerns you may have, and you can follow us on Instagram at hailtrace. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If for any reason some big storms happen this afternoon or even in the overnight hours, I will try my damnedest to be awake to do live coverage if Oklahoma City does get hit. I do live in Oklahoma City, so chances are it'll probably wake me up anyway, and we'll have live coverage tomorrow or Wednesday, whenever anything happens. So keep it with Hail Trace. Keep an eye on your notifications. We will obviously let you know when anything's going down. We'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Do those hail dances. Hopefully we'll be back sooner than that. Have a great day, everybody.